underway from Houston. Hill is going to take it out of the end zone. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14. The Dolphins take the field with Tua Tagovailoa at the helm.
You want to talk about a driven player, partner. This guy is absolutely that person. He doesn't just have goals in this game. He wants to be remembered among the best to play the position, and he treats every game as an audition for that. It's a lofty goal to set for yourself, but we've seen his drive lead to some impressive games from him. Perhaps another one is in store today.
A man who is both a prep and collegiate star here in the Lone Star State, Devon Achane. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at second down. In on the tackle there, Ray Nitsky, and his heyday, it was before my day, it was before your day, but he was something else.
Look, I can still see that 6'6" on his jersey, and him rattling running backs and getting after quarterbacks. He used to wrap his forearms up, and he just did the big flipper and come up and thump people in the chest. He was an absolute marvel playing in the linebacker position, especially right there in the middle. A Hall of Famer in 1978, and deservedly so.
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 18 big yards on that one, and a Miami first.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. And it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Now Achane on 1st and 10. And the defense closes quickly there, and they'll get maybe a yard to the 33.
Oh, there was plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
Ball at the 33, 2nd and 9. Now Tua. Throw here's incomplete.
You still hold your breath a little as a defense when Tua gets out of the package. You're worried about him scrambling and getting a first down. But there, he made the wise call. If there's nothing downfield, just throw it away.
Throwing is Tagovailoa on 3rd down here. And this is going to be incomplete.
One first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
So on 4th down, here's Jake Bailey to punt for the Dolphins. Take it in at the 22. A very good kick there, but 15 yards on the return. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. So here come the Texans now for their first drive. They'll be led out by their veteran quarterback, a former Blue Hen out of Delaware. It's Joe Flacco.
Remember when the conversation was, is Joe Flacco elite? Well, at one point, he was elite enough to not only win a Super Bowl, but be named the MVP of that game. And for a time, one of the top-paid quarterbacks in the league. Not bad for a young man who transferred to Delaware from Pitt while in college. This guy has had a great career. Not many chances now to lead an offense, but still capable if put on the field.
Flacco's throw pulled in by Kittle. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down. Here's Flacco. Oh, look at the catch there by the veteran Fitzgerald. Give him 17 on the pickup there, and the Texans also get a new set of downs. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 35-yard line. They fake the handoff. Now Flacco to pass. And that is incomplete. Now the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
And partner, to me, that one was all about timing. If he's there too early, it's going to be a pass interference call. If he's too late, it's a completed pass. He was Johnny on the spot on that one.
Now the first carry for Marshawn Lynch. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable third down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
First carry for Christian McCaffrey. And he's going to get the first down as they bring him down at the 23. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling. They look to throw on 1st and 10 with Flacco. His throw incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
Incomplete on 1st down. Now Flacco on 2nd. Throw left side is complete on the diving effort. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 12-yard line. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Ready for the second quarter from Houston. It's the Texans in possession of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Passing play, Flacco. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. George Kittle, a 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Texans post the first points of the ballgame as they take the lead here in this second quarter. So a tiptoe catch back in the end zone, so tough to do, but he made it look pretty easy.
Certainly did, and the back of the end zone is treated the same way as the sideline. You have to get your feet down in bounds for it to count as a catch. How about the backgrounds of some of these guys, though? Did they work on it? Maybe some of them were ballet, some dance, who knows?
Yeah, you and I were talking the other day. I remember one of my favorite kids shows growing up. I don't know that I want to name it, but guys like Lynn Swan, they used to be on there showing their ballet skill.
And you have to remember when they were kids and their parents would tell them to take the ballet classes, you know they were fighting them like crazy. But right now they're saying, thanks, Mom.
And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. So Miami coming out for their second drive. They'll be looking to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7-0 is the score as they begin with a first down. On play action, here's Tua. Quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Achane on the counter. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
And the Texans have an extra defender in the secondary now on 3rd down. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. Myles Garrett. The Dolphins will send out the punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. That's taken it around the 40. Well, a solid punt, but also a nice return there of 14 yards. And the Texans with great field position to start this drive as they take over 1st and 10. The game clock sitting at 2:02, so they'll get one play before the 2-minute warning. Play action, Flacco. Open man downfield is Rice. Touchdown, Houston. Jerry Rice, 46 yards. And the Texans are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Sanders on for the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0. Those are the kind of drives they like on offense, from the coordinator to the quarterback, the line, everybody. One-play drive and into the end zone for 6. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders.
Hill is going to take it out of the end zone. And he will make it back to the 15, and that's it. Good coverage there by the kick team. The Dolphins about set to go to work on offense. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive.
Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in second and long yardage.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Here's Tagovailoa to throw.
Good work on the scamper by Tagovailoa. It's a first down. Tua going to try and go quickly here.
On first down, Tagovailoa. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived. And I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the first. Now the Texans are going to stop it as they signal for a timeout, as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half.
And the punter Bailey on now as he sends this one away.
Fielded just inside the 30.
13 yards the tally on the return there. And the Texans will take over. The Texans with the football here late in this first half. And with great starting field position and a couple of timeouts at their disposal, they'll certainly have the green light here.
Good starting field position for the Houston Texans here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. To pass, Flacco. It's complete to Fitzgerald. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now Flacco. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Second and 10. Flacco once more.
Toward the sideline, intercepted.
Picked up by Xavier Howard.
So a big return there, Charles, on what was a pretty dangerous throw to the outside.
It sure was, Brandon. That's the risk you run on a throw like this. If it's intercepted, a lot of times this is a pick six. So good hustle to get back and get him down. But, boy, that's a throw you've really got to be sure of if you're going to work the perimeter of the field.
He'll leave that.
And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose.
Oh, one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
And they had just picked it off to get the football. They fumble it right back. I looked over to both sidelines. A lot of scrambling to find the helmets.
Yeah, you can almost, I mean, you know both sides are screaming sudden change. Because when sudden change happens, that's a defensive call to get back out on the field. There's been a fumble, so an interception, some type of a turnover. You've got to get back out there and play. These guys just want to get to the bench and gather themselves and regroup a little bit. Let's see if these offenses can settle in and start taking care of the ball a little bit better.
As a corner, you have to be able to run with guys step for step downfield of man coverage and make up ground quickly in zone. You have to put yourself in position to make plays just like that one we saw there.
That's laid out deep for Rice.
And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield.
Well, obviously, they never want to see penalties on that defense, but this one a little bit more significant there on the downfield pass play.
And coaches preach it all the time. You can't put yourself in that kind of position if you're the defender. You've got to stay in a spot far downfield where you can play the ball without creating extra contact.
And now this throw incomplete, and that is how this first half will come to an end. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
All right, BG, thanks very much. And welcome one and all to our beautiful new downtown Orlando studios for this EA Sports Halftime Report.
Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. A 2-touchdown game, 14-0 the score as we get rolling again here in this second half. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. So here's the Texans offense now. They get set to start this third quarter. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it. But I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities.
And it'll be second down.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
Back to the ground. This time Lynch shrugs him off. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
So after the run by Lynch, here's another 1st and 10. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
And he'll get this down close to a 1st down at about the Dolphins' 42. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with 3rd down coming up. They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
59 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
They'll try to run with McCaffrey. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2.
And now defensively, you have to look at this like the game's on the line. It's just the 3rd quarter, but another touchdown given up here could really spell an end to their chances. So they need to toughen up and keep them out of the end zone.
Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. You are watching Madden Ultimate Team on EA. Back now here on EA Sports.
3rd and goal now, mere inches from pay dirt.
It's the Texans in control of the football and leading. And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston.
A touchdown run there from a yard out. And the Texans have pretty well put it away here in the fourth quarter. So the second down run didn't work. They run it again on third down and get in. I wasn't sure if they might pass it, Charles. We know that they like to mix it up down here around the goal line.
Yeah, almost felt like the offensive line said, forget mixing it up. Let's call our favorite running play over our best blockers, and let's get this one in.
Sanders now to add the extra point. And it is now 21-0. A 10-play drive that time. And polishing it all off, Marshawn Lynch with a TD run. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Hill is going to take it out of the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. Miami's offense set and ready to go. Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one.
I'm so glad you brought up the yardage because I was thinking to myself, we've seen a lot of NFL games and we've seen our share of lopsided contests, but in almost all of them, both offenses have put up at least 200 yards in a game, but not in this one. This has been a display of offense that, frankly, I think the two of us have.
And this is caught on the sideline. Are the feet in? They are. What a catch. Tua now on first down. And this one too low.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Off of play action, Tagovailoa. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
Again, they will throw it with Tagovailoa. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now, give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
Fourth down, fourth quarter, here's Tua. Oh, this is intercepted, intended for Hill. And the Texans are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on fourth down. Well, I get it, Charles. Desperate times call for desperate measures. Down big, they just sent their receivers out, let it fly. But the defense, they were ready.
Yeah, and there aren't too many people left in this stadium that couldn't see that coming. But that's not a major criticism at all because you had to try it.
Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Christian McCaffrey to the 20. Touchdown, Houston. Christian McCaffrey, 94 yards. And the Texans up the lead to 4 scores now here in this fourth quarter. Sanders on for the extra point. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now. Those are the ones the offensive coordinators dream about. One-play drives from that distance. What an effort. It results in the touchdown. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Hill is going to take it out of the end zone. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
2nd and 10. Here's Tua. The pressure gets there, and Tua is going to be taken down. Myles Garrett able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. So now after the sack, Tua and the Dolphins staring at a 3rd and long. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Well, that play was certainly a little bit different because on the previous play he was sacked. This time, protection a lot better. Had time to survey the field and still couldn't find an open receiver.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And he'll take it just outside the 40. A nice punt, but a good run back as well of 13 yards. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. Now comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. Now they are really in the driver's seat here, enjoying this lead late in the 4th quarter. The defense does have all 3 timeouts, but at this point, doesn't look like it's going to matter much. 166 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Lynch up the middle. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
I know you're trying to wring every yard out of a run, but I think 9 yards there is ideal in this situation.
Yeah, now next couple plays, you only need 1 yard. Keep that clock rolling with a lead here in the 4th.
Yeah, what you're saying is maybe if it takes you 1 or 2 more runs to get.
And they're going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Well, this is long since over, and some might see this as overkill, but remember, this is a team that puts on the hard hats, grabs the lunch pail, and tells everyone, we're going to give you a full 60 minutes. And that's exactly how they're playing this one out.
Sanders now to add the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it's all capped off by a Marshawn Lynch touchdown run.
Jason Sanders set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Hill is going to take it out of the end zone. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. At this point, partner, things looking pretty bleak. They still haven't scored here in the 4th quarter, facing the big deficit. What silver linings, what can they look to do here offensively?
You know, it's funny. I talked about this with a coach in the offseason and kind of had this scenario, like what feels good to you and what feels good to your team. You're down big. You really have like 1 possession left, and you're trying to put points on the board that don't matter. But do they? And he told me they actually do matter. And in this situation, he's going to try and run the best offense he can run, have at least a little bit of confidence to take away from that game. So right now, they're going to try their best to get something up on the board and not get shut out.
So Houston going to come away here with the victory. And I tell you what, Charles. And we are underway from Houston. Here comes Devin Hester bringing it out.
And look at this. Right away, a loose football. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
And they start things off with a carry by Gibbs here.
And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
Another run for Gibbs here.
And all this Texans defense, they're all charged up now. They stop him behind the line for the second straight play. That'll wind up as a loss on the play, so now they're staring at a third down and 12.
We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect.
That was their first third down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key third down throws.
And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away.
Fielded at the 33.
A pretty good punt, but a nice 13-yard return.
And out will come the offense as they take over. So out come the Texans for their opening drive. They'll be led out by their veteran QB, the former Delaware Blue Hen, Joe Flacco.
His ability to adjust on the fly is almost unmatched in the game right now because it leads to a couple of snaps per game. We just sit back and ask you.
Touchdown, Texans! Jerry Rice, 55 yards.
And the Texans are on the board first here this afternoon.
Well, you've got to like that start on both sides of the football. You force the 3 and out, and then you score on your first drive.
Well, I know someone who doesn't like that start.
Well, yeah, the other side.
Yeah, they don't like that at all, right? This is not the way it's supposed to be. But what you just described, that's team football. All right, when you get a 3 and out, you're supposed to take advantage of it on the offensive side of the ball. You said, thank you very much for getting us the rock. Let's put it in the end zone, and they did exactly that.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders.
Hester to return from his end zone.
And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go.
And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine...
Oh, it's out. Smith lost it. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a third down and long. Now Gino.
Setting up the screen. This is Gibbs.
And he's going to lose yardage back to his own 1-yard line. So that'll go as a 4-yard loss on the play. And that'll bring up fourth down. So from their own end zone here, this kicks away. And he'll take it on this side of midfield. Oh, some strong running. Good blocking there. Nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return.
And they will take over first and 10.
So now we get set to see Houston for their second drive of the ball game.
Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. George Kittle, 27 yards.
And the Texans are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Well, this has been a flawless start for them. They score, they get the stop, and they score again, Charles.
Complimentary football at its finest. You just mentioned how they got it done. They scored. The defense get way you win ball games.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders.
Hester to return from his end zone. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They're still in search of an initial first down as they come up here 1st and 10. The Smith throw taken in here by Chase. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 17 yards and a first down for Philly. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Eagles in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. From the gun again to Davis. Ray Lewis up from his linebacker spot to make the play.
Not a huge play, but I think they're more than happy with how it turned out. Don't be surprised to see them revisit that call because there was a lane there for more than just 5 yards. Put it in your back pocket and break it out when you need it later.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 34-yard line. Throwing now is Geno. Got a man, it's Andre Reed. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. They go right back to him for 20 and a first. From the red zone now, Smith. And this is going to be intercepted.
And the Texans are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
They get the pick. Now what can Flacco do on first down? Throw complete there to Jerry Rice. And he'll be out right at the 35. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Here's Flacco. He gets it into the hands of Larry Fitzgerald. And he has another first down as they get the ball down to the Eagles' 43. 23 yards the pickup there. He's been the forgotten man in this first half. Not a guy you want to forget. Not only his first catch, first time they've targeted him.
That doesn't make any sense, does it?
Not
because
at all.
those are the types of plays that he provides. When he does come alive, when they do look his way, not only is it a big catch, it's a first down.
Down inside the 10.
Touchdown, Houston.
Amon-Ra St. Brown.
43 yards.
And the Texans have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Well, just a sensational start for this offense, Charles. 3 drives, 3 passing touchdowns.
Is that like mentioning a perfect game in baseball? Are we cool to do it here in football, pardon?
No, I think you can do it here in football. I think perfect game in baseball, that's its own category.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. Could not imagine a worse start for that secondary, or let's face it, a better one for this offense. No chance they stop passing now the way that it's going. I think they'll continue to press the ball downfield and hopefully reap the same results.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders.
Hester to return from his end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
Philadelphia getting set to take the field.
Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Now they got to get to the line quickly. Now Geno on first down.
Open man, there's Darnell Washington.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 10 yards there and an Eagle first down.
And I don't think there's any question that this offense is going to need to hit on a few more plays like this. It's been a difficult first half for them, to say the least. And I do believe if they want to get back in this game, they need to start right now. It's kind of like making adjustments. If you try and wait until the half, it's probably too late. They need to get going right here.
On second down, here's Smith. That's caught by Andre Reed. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. On first and 10, Smith. And that's hauled in by St. Brown over the middle. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to one remaining here as we head toward halftime. Throwing again is Smith.
Throw left side complete to Chase. And he's going to have a first down here as they're also into field goal range at the 28.
And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. Spotted at the left hash. This from, oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Back to you guys in a bit. But first, we welcome everyone to our EA Sports Halftime Report.
And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. It's the Texans in front, and they're going to get the football first as we are back underway in the third quarter. The lane opens here. He's past the 30.
The Texans going to take over here to start quarter number 3. Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their 4th possession. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions. I mean, this defense, they can't seem to stop them. It's like they're on skates.
Great analogy, Brandon, because they are pushing them back and winning everything at the line of scrimmage. And they've just been laying down tracks towards the opposite end zone. So to themselves, all they're saying is, if we don't make a mistake, there's no way they can stop us.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns. But guess what? The ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
So first and 10. And if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
Up the middle, it's Lynch. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And a crossover out of bounds right at the 25. They get 14 on that one. Good for a Houston first down. An inside run with Lynch. He can't get him down. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Marshawn Lynch, 25 yards to the house.
And the Texans take the block field goal and convert it into 6 points. So another touchdown there, and even though we're still just here in the third quarter, kind of hard now to see them giving up this lead.
And this is just an offense that's imposing its will right now. You name it, they're able to do it. If you're the play caller, whatever you want to select is there. You want to run it, you want to throw it. Pick a play, any play. They're rocking and rolling right now.
Extra point up and good by Sanders, and it is 28-0. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Hester to return from his end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. So here are the Eagles now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history, and that's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
Oh, it's out. Smith lost it. And what else could go wrong at this point? This is going to be a defensive touchdown as they keep piling it on. Once that ball was loose, the question was, would this be 2 or would it be 6? It's 6. The defense able to pounce on it.
And for the offense, the training didn't really kick in, did it? Once that ball comes loose, you've got to get on it, make sure that you recover it, or make sure you punch it out of the end zone. Anything but give it to the defense to score a touchdown.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
Multiple defenders there to drop him for a loss of 4.
Well, the league's best linebackers, he ended that play almost before it began. And the running back, absolutely overmatched no matter what he tried to do.
Throwing on third down, Smith. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Excellent play there on third down. Give him 25 yards.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on third down that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a first down. I think the defense fell asleep at the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
Now this one complete on the slant route. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. They're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. Back now here on EA Sports. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. Now Smith. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Flushed out right. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. 5 yards on the scramble, and that's enough to pick up the first.
It certainly appears that he's been able to get a read on how they've wanted to contain him in this game.
He's seen some places where he can beat them in big spots, and right there, he slides in with ease for the first down.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Back to throw, Smith. Now that'll be caught by St. Brown. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. The Eagle passing game looking good on this drive. It's a first down. Fourth quarter, certainly not enough time for a comeback, but nice to see them making use of the time remaining to try and make this one a little more respectable.
Yeah, I think the ultimate goal, good execution, be crisp, be sharp, and find a way to put some points on the board to make this thing look just a little bit better.
On 1st and 10, here's Gibbs. Of 8, 2nd and 2.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down, and as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
There we go,
2 yards to go, 2nd down. Geno out of throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Washington. And the Eagles are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. They've got it 1st and goal as they look to punch in a late score. Now Smith. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same.
And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late, but he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man. So they will get on the scoreboard here. Give them credit for that. Too little, too late, but no 0. Oh, you're going slow clap on me.
Not very nice, is it?
No, but they haven't been very nice on offense. It's been a struggle. And his kick is good, but flags come in. Looks like we're going to get a roughing call here on the follow-through. And that flag accepted. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Houston set to take over. Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to.
Travis Kelce. Big strides, look at him go. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Boy, he has been fun to watch throwing the football in this one. It's certainly not fun for that defense, though, Charles. Now up to 4 touchdown passes in this ball game.
Yeah, we're supposed to be neutral, but I'm feeling their pain right now because he has absolutely carved up this secondary. A clinic on how to attack the defense and take them out of the game.
Sanders on for the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. One of the shortest drives you'll ever see. One play, 75 yards, 6 points. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Hester to return from his end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Smith, an incomplete pass on first down. Now it's 2nd and 10. They'll drop to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
Smith. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack.
Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders.
So we'll recount real quick. He had the touchdown earlier, and now he comes up with the sack here. No doubt about it, he's having himself a game.
Now here's Michael Dixon, standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. And that'll be taken just outside the 40. 44-yard punt, return of 9. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. And here comes the Texans now. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. Whoa, Flacco's going to throw. Pitch and catch here to Travis Kelce.
And a nice job to break free of 1 tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after.
His 2nd catch, this one not quite as dynamic as his first, and it's 2nd down. Here's Flacco. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, that's a good piece of quarterbacking right there because he certainly felt the pressure coming. The alternative, getting sacked for the first time. He didn't like that option at all. Did a nice job saving yardage by throwing that one away.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass.
Oh, he'll look downfield for Kittle.
And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Partner, in the sportsmanship handbook, there's something to be said for calling the dogs off in a blowout. But these defenders, they also know this is the NFL, and it's their job to stop them, whether they're in the game or they're down by a handful of touchdowns.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. Here we go with McCaffrey. A great effort there to shed the contact, and it helps him pick up the first. And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on 4th.
Sit down. Sit down.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And, partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
That'll do it for us, for Charles Davis, and all our hard work.
And we are underway from Houston. Here's Tank down to return it from his end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
So here comes the Raider offense now onto the field.
Bringing them out is one of the most exciting players in the NFL every season. A former MVP, it's Lamar Jackson.
Early part of his career, defenses really had to focus on his running ability, and they still do. But now, he's turned himself into a true dual-threat quarterback. When he plants his cleats in the ground and turns it loose, good things happen downfield.
A little jet sweep to start the drive.
On this one, he may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked off by Ty Law.
And it's a tremendous return as they finally get him at about the 10-yard line.
Brandon, I wonder if someone's down there checking on the head coach right now because he might be in a little bit of shock after what just transpired. Instead of a lengthy opening drive to deal with, his guy stepped up and stole that drive away. Momentum on their side now. How will they attack on offense?
So out come the Texans in great starting field position.
And at quarterback, a longtime signal caller in the National Football League, former Super Bowl MVP Joe Flacco.
I tell you what, when he is on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one that's capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
They'll run with Lynch.
And he is going to lose yardage here.
It'll wind up being a huge loss on the play.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And their opening drive, that ended with the interception. Fortunate, though, it didn't lead to points.
It didn't lead to points, and because they kind of got away with one, maybe you come back and throw something similar again to show that you're not afraid, that you're not going to back down, and take your shot. Let the defense know that you're going to be there all game long.
Now Jackson on second down. That one complete. It's tanked down. And he gets it to the 30 when it's all said and done. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
And they were backed up to start the drive, but not anymore. Now, that's the play call that the offensive coordinator had in his head. You saw the end result. He wanted to go ahead and push the ball downfield, and that's what they did. And they wound up with good yardage there to get things rolling.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Throwing is Jackson.
Left side here taken in by Metcalf.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
A couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. Play action. It's Jackson. That is caught by Dell. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 25 yards that time.
And that's how you shake off the interception you throw on the opening drive. Come back and throw another strike and gain nice yardage. And I give credit to two people on this one. The man throwing the ball and the person calling the play.
Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
So second and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range.
Eckler now between the tackles.
Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line.
And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a third down and long. Now Jackson. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. That one sails out of bounds. The side judge will walk it off. And he says it went out of bounds at the 9-yard line. Nice punt. We're scoreless after one. Ready for the second quarter from Houston. It's the Texans in possession of the football. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
They'll start on the ground with Lynch. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
Nice chunk of yards on first down. It really opens up your options for what you want to do on second. You go right back to him and hope he explodes, or sucker the defense in before throwing over the top.
Flacco's throw complete there to St. Brown.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Operating off play action. Flacco under a heavy rush, and down he goes. That's Luke Kuechly with a sack. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Flacco off play action. Oh, look at the catch there by the veteran Fitzgerald. 22 yards there, a first down.
Hey, did you have one of those backyards that you had one of those, like, mats or pits like you have for high jumpers? And, you know, you had your friends throw the ball and you tried to make the spectacular catches?
I didn't need a mat.
you just did it with the ground?
Absolutely.
That explains your
concrete.
Toughness. That explains your toughness right there, because I think that guy was raised just like you. What a catch.
And he's brought down. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. First and 10 here for Flacco. It's complete to Fitzgerald. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
That was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half.
Another run with McCaffrey on second down.
And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
When a drive goes this long, you have to give a lot of credit to the guys up front, those big fellas, because the offensive line is putting something together that allows them to continue to control the ball. I know a lot of people think they get fatigued on a long drive. Actually, a lot of times the reverse happens. They actually get energized because they're controlling the ball and they're the ones dictating to the defense.
All the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. Now a signal and a timeout call, as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play.
Here we go now on first and goal.
Setting up to throw, Flacco. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. Larry Fitzgerald in the final seconds of the first half.
And the Texans go nearly the length of the field and finish it off with 6 points. So that really an almost perfect drive as they chew up some clock and wind up scoring late in this first half.
And remember, they've got a chance to double dip here because they're going to get the ball first to start the third quarter. So the potential could go up 2 scores before the other guys get a chance to do anything.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And it's now a 7-0 game.
So 6 seconds, all that remains of this first half as the kick is away.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number 1.
That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break.
Okay, Brandon, back to you guys in just a moment. But welcome everyone to our Creative Village studios.
Well, time is of the essence. We breeze through halftime, and we are ready for the second half.
And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here.
And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
So here's the Texans offense now. They get set to start this third quarter. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going. So what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what do we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back some of those plays as well already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis.
Derek Brown, the defensive tackle, getting in there for a loss of 5.
Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Flacco.
Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make 3rd down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big 3rd down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
And so many times we look at the opening drive of the third quarter as a tone setter, and many coaches do emphasize it. And that's a strong performance there defensively to force incompletion and, more importantly, force a quick punting situation.
This is brought in at the 21. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt.
And it'll be Raiders football, 1st and 10.
Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half.
And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
And he'll be upended here after a pickup of 3, getting it out to the 25.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree.
And now off to the races down the right side. A big play there on the catch and run. 61 yards.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, only they were all this easy because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defense.
And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. Javon Hargrave, the D tackle, getting the sack. Here's Jackson. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. That'll go for a gain of 7. And they'll be facing a 3rd and 12. Jackson.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
Touchdown. Tank Dell. A 16-yard touchdown.
And the Raiders are an extra point away from tying this ball game here in the final moments of the third quarter. Evan McPherson for the extra point.
It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece.
Personal foul. Roughing the kicker. Defense.
Why are we doing this?
So they'll go ahead and accept the penalty.
So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. And he'll very wisely take a knee here as they'll bring this one out to the 25 on the touchback. Play action, Flacco.
And just not enough on the throw there. Down around his feet and incomplete.
He released that awkwardly. It almost looked like a pitcher who gripped his fastball a little too hard and let it go late, and it bounced in front of the plate.
Yeah, one of those fastballs that ends up at 57 feet, not 60 feet, 6 inches. Just a little short with the arm, which is unusual because we saw him in warm-ups. He's got a big, strong arm when he delivers it with confidence.
And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You are watching Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field and it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. Doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense, because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
Flacco's throw there complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 34-yard line.
A good pickup there at 22. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 34. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
It certainly looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
Now a 2nd and 10.
They fake the handoff. Now Flacco to pass. Fitzgerald's got it right side. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. The big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. Getting down to the good stuff, all tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. They've got it 2nd and goal as they look to grab a late lead.
McCaffrey. Touchdown, Houston.
And this is a time of game where offensive lines can really dictate a team's fortunes. It's been a tough battle. They've been out there for a long time. But this was a question of who can wear down who. And that's excellent work to put a long drive together and finish it with a touchdown run to take the lead.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
So Lamar Jackson in the offense. Down by 7. 1:55 remaining. Needing to go pretty much the length of the football field as they have it 1st and 10.
He's got Eckler. Down the left sideline.
And he's all the way down to the 13-yard line.
This play is a thing of beauty when it works as designed because they let the running back slip out of the backfield and head down the sideline on a wheel route. Number 1, it's easy for him to get lost. And number 2,
touchdown Raiders! Vernon Davis from 13 yards out.
And the Raiders are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th.
Now this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the 4th as the kick's away. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Houston's offense taking over again. Well, partner, here it is. They've got the chance to win the game. You'd have to think they need to get it near the opposite 40 to have a chance to kick a game-winning field goal. We'll see what they can do.
And you're right about that, because if we look at it in macro, that's what it looks like. But I think in micro, the head coach has already asked the special teams coach, what is he feeling? What does he think? Where does he want the football? What's the yard line we have to get? And he's already relayed that to his quarterback and his offense. They know what the goal is. Now the key, can they get there?
Plenty of time and 2 timeouts still at their disposal. 1st and 10 here.
The throw over the middle, taken in. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30.
Brandon's okay what they're doing right now. Still able to work the middle of the field, but you know sooner or later they're going to have to stop the clock.
Now Flacco. Open man here. It's the tight end, Kelsey. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. Now 1st and goal. Flacco. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Great coverage there all around. Really didn't have many options to throw the football.
Very little chance that that one was going to be completed. Every receiver was locked up.
Flacco. And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete. 3rd and long coming up. Defensively, you pressure the quarterback or drape all over the passing lane?
Yes, that's exactly what you do. It's both because they're not mutually exclusive. They may have been at one time in football, but not anymore. You want to have that pressure, and if you have a big-time pass rusher, send him after the quarterback, and then make sure you blanket the field.
Flacco to throw. Oh, look at this. It's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Reed. And the Raiders are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Here's 1st and 10. Here's Eckler to begin the drive. And that not what they wanted. They lose yards on 1st down. Eckler going to get it again on 2nd down. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. So 4 quarters wasn't enough, and we are off to overtime. Don't change that dime. So the Raiders are going to get the football first here in the overtime session as we are back underway. Tank Dell now to return it. This taken in right around the goal line. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. The Vegas offense ready for their next possession. Complete out to Samuel on the quick throw. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4. They go play action now. Jackson. Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Ty Law. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. What a gigantic interception here in the first drive of overtime. And now, Charles, with where they're out of the field, I mean, they're already in field goal range to win this thing.
And the head coach is just talking to the special teams coordinator right now and saying, okay, where does he want the ball positioned? Because that's all you're going to do on offense. Move it to that spot. Make sure you take care of the football, and probably 3rd down,
kick the field goal and try and win this game.
On second down, Lynch. And a short gain here, down to the 22. And that carry probably not so much for yardage, just to get the spot that you want to kick the field goal.
In any yardage game, there's really kind of gravy, and this just becomes what my old coach used to say. Get into position to be in position. And that's what they want, the right spot for their kicker to line up the field.
And he's into the end zone for the touchdown and the game winner in OT. So the game-winning touchdown came through the air in overtime. 4 quarters wasn't enough. We were treated to a really good one, weren't we, Paul?
That we were, and I just love being able to be witness to a game like this all the way through. Who's going to win it? Oh, what, we're getting overtime? Great for us. A lot of tension on the field, very tough. Not a surprise it ended with a passing touchdown. That's the way we play in the NFL. But the execution was pretty darn good.
So that'll do it for us. For my
And we are underway from Houston. On the return, here comes Smith out of the end zone. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
So here come the Chiefs for their opening drive. They'll have Lamar Jackson calling the shots, the former Heisman Trophy winner from Louisville.
And he remains the league's premier rushing threat and one of the biggest quarterbacks. His goal each and every season, continue to expand his game as a passer and become well-rounded. All those highlight reel plays you see, they come off the fact that he can run it, throw it, and scares defenses every time he takes a snap.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now it's Jackson. Then Steve Smith hauls it in. And he'll be dropped at the 36. It's a good gain of 18 on a play that originated back at the 18. Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. This one complete to Christian Kirk. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. So 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 47. Again, Jackson. That is caught by Josh Oliver, the former San Jose State Spartan. 23 yards on the play. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. And he's going to be close to a first down as the tackle is made at the Texans' 15-yard line. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. They'll bring the tight end in motion right.
On the give, this is Nichols.
And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. Jackson from the shotgun.
He's got his target. That's complete. And the Chiefs are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. 1st and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road.
From the gun, it's Jackson. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Ty Law. And the Texans are going to have the football at their own 1-yard line. Not something you see very often from a quarterback of his caliber, an opening drive interception.
Oh, there's no doubt in my mind that even he's surprised at how that one played out. But we know this guy is not going to stop him from continuing to fire as this game goes along. Probably give a little nod of respect across the field for that one and let him know he'll be back the very next series.
And he's able to get this across the 10 before being taken down. Trying to find some space to operate, and now they'll have it. A gain of 12, a big first down to get away from the end zone. Now the first carry for Marshawn Lynch. And he'll be taken down at the 18. Justin Reed, the safety, made the tackle. No score after one on EA Sports. Ready for the second quarter from Houston. It's the Texans in possession of the football as they are looking at a 2nd and 5 situation. Lynch busting free, and down he'll go at the 25. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. They'll run again with Lynch.
And a short pickup to about the 27. It'll be 2nd down.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defense in front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going. And then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
It's a gain of 6, moves him to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation. Now it's Flacco.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will be out of bounds. A good yardage there, and he'll get a second to catch his breath as it leads us right into the 2-minute warning.
1st and 10 here for Flacco. And he fires one incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
Flacco here on 2nd down. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
What will look like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
And he is caught.
And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 12-yard line. Well, that's one way to convert on 3rd down, picking up 26 yards.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
Once more, it's Flacco. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. Myles Garrett able to collapse the pocket, get to him, and drop him for a loss of a yard.
Tough spot here. 3rd down and 11.
Flacco looks to throw. Trying to find his tight end, Kelsey, and it's intercepted. Picked off on a great one, Darrelle Revis.
And the Chiefs are going to get it back here just past the 35.
And that felt like a little extra pressure on that 3rd down attempt, and their mistake cost them points because they're inside the red zone. So you know you've got at least a field goal waiting for you. And in this case, they end up with nothing.
He's going to loft one deep left side here.
And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Jackson. Oliver, the tight end, making the catch. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Throwing now, Jackson on 1st down.
Quick slant caught by Kirk.
And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards. And Jackson throwing once more. Complete. Smith has it. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Here's Jackson.
A throw left sideline falls incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Jackson. A throw out wide, going to be incomplete.
And a smart play there. He's probably saying, I wish I would have done that on the last drive instead of throwing the interception.
Now play number 7 of the drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 10.
Final play of the half here. It's Jackson. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters.
A happy sight for a lot of these fans. We're jumping right over halftime and getting back into the action.
Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3.
And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. The Texans going to take over here to start quarter number 3.
And we thought this game had the potential to be tight, maybe not this tight, scoreless as we start the 3rd quarter.
And I love the way you use the word tight. I'm going to take it a little bit different direction here because it's not just tight on the scoreboard. I think both offenses have been tight in how they've played this game. No one's been loose. No one's been free. They've got to find a way to make some plays, and I don't think you do it if you're really tight in everything that you're doing in the game.
And not much room to speak of. He'll get about 3 up to the 41.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the pass. But in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right. It might go to them in this game.
I like that. MVU. Well done.
Call it a gain of 4, and it'll bring up 4th down.
I know they want to go for it here, and I know that their fans want them to go for it. But listen, I'm going to play head coach right here and look at the facts. Tie game, plus, even if you get the first, you still got a half a field to go. I'll go ahead and punt the football myself.
A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And he'll take it across the 50 and into Chief territory. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it.
That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
And when you get good yardage like that on 1st down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line.
43 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. They go up the middle with Lynch. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
They've created a nice sustained drive off of plays like that. A nice strong run there that keeps them advancing the ball.
A break from the ground game here. Flacco. That is caught inside the 5. Touchdown, Texans.
George Kittle, a 20-yard touchdown. And the Texans, on the final play of the 3rd quarter, have taken the lead.
Well, we know someone just added to his touchdown passing total, but all he did was get the ball out quickly to his tight end and let him take care of business the rest of the way.
Extra point up and good by Sanders, and that makes the score 7-0. And they won't be able to run another play. Time has expired on this 3rd quarter. Back now here on EA Sports. For the 4th quarter, we'll begin with a kickoff following the score of the final play of the 3rd quarter.
Out of the end zone comes Smith. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. Now the Chiefs offense ready to go again.
And we've seen drive after drive come up empty for them, and they've yet to dent the scoreboard, yet still right in the middle of a 1-score game.
So this is where you absolutely have to forget everything that's happened in your previous drives. They don't matter right now. You just mentioned it. 1-score game. This drive here can erase all of what happened previously.
From the 35, here's 2nd and 3.
Throwing is Jackson. And his throw's going to be incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
All 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning. Here's 1st and 10.
To throw again is Jackson. And it's complete right back in the hands of Smith. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes. And we've got a 1-score game. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back.
Here's 2nd and a yard.
From midfield now, here's Jackson. Throw right side is going to be caught by Kirk.
Now you're right on the edge of field goal range. You've still got time, but get up to the line of scrimmage and get set.
Here's 1st down. Jackson to throw.
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down.
They'll come up now. This is 2nd and long. Now Jackson.
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
Throwing, Jackson.
And this one is incomplete.
Partner, they've got one chance left to keep this one going, and I think for you and me, let's think along with their offensive coordinator now. Has to think back, cycle through every play of this contest, and remember what's worked and what hasn't. Because right here, he needs the best play of the game in order to keep this one alive.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. Whoa, Flacco's going to throw.
That's caught downfield by Kittle.
And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds left to go. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5.
Going for the knockout punch. They'll try and run.
Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. They try again with Lynch. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside. They'll run for it with Lynch. And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line. Defense didn't budge on 3rd down. Now what are we going to see on 4th?
We are soon to find out, but does this feel like old school football or what, right?
Yeah.
It's an old-fashioned goal line stand. I know what I would call on offense. I would go for it. And I want some type of a play where my quarterback has a chance to run it or throw it. I don't just want one static play.
So Houston going to come away here with the victory. And not all W's are created equal, CD, and this one came in shutout fashion.
Well, their offense certainly didn't need to do anything, right? They could take the day off, and they did. But the defense, they carried them in a big way.
Yeah, look, the offense, obviously stuff to work on, but they did enough, and the defense carried the load.
But you know what they say, it's always fun to work on things if it